Hello everybody, this is Etho and welcome back to another Let's Play episode. So today I want to dedicate this episode to mostly doing smaller to medium-sized projects. I realize they've been severely neglected in this series. Even if I try to rush a project, there's just so much to cover, I find, that at best we're just getting that one thing done that episode and then we move on to something else. We're doing these focused episodes. While in the past we used to do a project, it would get us to about the 15-minute mark or so, and then I'd fill the other 5-10 minutes of the episode just doing smaller stuff around the world. But that never happens anymore. So let's just make a full episode on doing that kind of stuff, just so some of it actually gets done, because it's very crucial to our world that we make little changes here and there. So I'm trying this out, for example, one of our launchers I'm going to put over in this little side area we barely use. This will be a nice quick way of us getting up and then flying somewhere if we need to. I still love that thing. The snowballs is such a simple thing, but it's so cool. I've actually worked on the man cave in the first time in a long time here. So this used to be light gray glass. I switched it out to brown just so it matches the wood better. Then I added this extra window section here so we can see the wiring to Wilson. Let's just add in a door here as well. I want a wire access room sort of thing going on. I've added in a staircase here as well. This is going down to potentially a future expansion for the man cave, but the main reason we want to go over here is because of this. I dug a drop-down chute. This goes to the lower section. I want to add an amethyst farm over here. I found there's a cluster right over here. We have the way of getting the shards. We have a 7 amethyst cluster further on that way. But let's also make a farm for farming the actual crystals, the full crystals here. The 4 different sizes. I want a place we can come to routinely and get them. So I got to be careful with the way we set up our farm. I'm not going to accidentally break these buds because once you break them, you never get them back. They're gone for good. We're also going to get a good amount of calcite and amethyst blocks doing this, which is awesome because I don't have a whole lot of that stuff. I've seen people flood these. I want to try that out. And I think the idea is that slows down your mining speed so you can use a better pick without having to worry so much, but I'm not entirely sure the reasoning. Might make it easier to traverse and get to the higher clusters and stuff too. It's gone. It's gone. We didn't need that one. It's fine. I slipped off a ledge as I was mining. All right, don't worry. I found another geode right next to the one we were working on there. So we lost one, but we gained 20. So it's all working out for us here. This is my favorite underwater color scheme here, where you do. How are we gonna do this? I want to do this for the walls, the white terracotta, or some light pinkish color, right? And then we are gonna do the warped wood for a frame around it. We're gonna strip it. Boop, 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 boop. And then we're gonna probably have sea lanterns, maybe frog lights for some lighting here. And this will also allow us to put seagrass on the sand or coral or some other water blocks. Cool, all right, we got both of the geodes mined out and built up here. These are 13 by 13 sides, including the sand side. So it's like a big cube, basically. I am going to warn you, if you've never done this before, it's a lot of mining. A lot more than I realized. It's taking a bit of time here. Deep slate. My new mortal enemy. Yeah, it doesn't mine quickly, especially without a beacon. I ended up doing the moss trick where you bone meal moss to replace the deep slate, and that helped. But yeah, it's still not perfect. Anyways, so we're going to flood these now. Start at the ground and work our way up. I could do the kelp trick. I could do just ice pillars. I find, it's hard to beat the bucket though. All right, good stuff. So we got something set up here now. We flooded it all. We set up some water streams and check it out. Still a little bit rough. We want to do a little bit more with this, but let's kind of get an idea how this is going to work and feel and all that stuff. So silk touch. Yeah. Let's see the mining speed. I think this is just going to be regular mining speed, right? Oh, this is a little annoying, actually. I keep going into swim mode when I don't want to because I'm on toggle sprint. That's right. I forgot about that. Okay. So that's still pretty fast, right? Because nothing's changed. We have, what is it? Aqua affinity on our helmet, right? So that allows us to mine quickly underwater. Let's take our helmet off and just see what happens. That should cut our speed in half, I think. Okay, that is actually kind of what I was hoping for on speed. But we are drowning. So, another thing we could do, I've seen people set up conduits when they do this as well, so we could maybe stick a conduit in here. I'm kind of thinking, I want to get that, you know the turtle helmet? I've never made that before, but I think that lets you breathe underwater, right? Maybe we try that out first. But then we gotta get some turtles. Yeah, I actually drown really fast without that helmet on. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. I do like that mining speed, though. That's what we're kind of hoping for, because you want that second or two so you know you're not going to accidentally break a bud. You have that time to go, uh-oh, I'm not on the box, actually. I need to stop mining for a second. Okay, cool. Let's check this out. So we also got another one connected up to this. Up this water stream here. Ooh, we did a soul sand path. And then it gets over here. This one's not nearly as many clusters on it, but it's still pretty good. Still pretty good. We got the platform here so we can reach the higher ones while standing. And you can see we did some water stream stuff above here too. So they should float up in the water. Oh, we got maybe... Is it coming back up? Maybe we missed some water filling. It's got to be solid water blocks. No, it looks like it's coming back up. Gonna get stuck under the ridge. No, we're good. So it comes up. Goes over, whoop, whoop, and then that all ends up over here. Falls into some hoppers and into the barrel automatically. So that should collect, like, probably half of them. A lot of them are going to get stuck under the buds, though, I think. But yeah. So this is a little extra feature. Since we flooded it already, may as well add some kind of collection system to this. We're just holding the water in place with lichen. Well, that didn't work. How do conduits work? Oh, that worked. Okay, so it doesn't like having blocks near it. Now, conduits give you better vision. They also give you haste, I believe. Which we don't really want in this case, because then we'll mine faster. We might accidentally break buds if we're mining too quickly. But let's see what this is like now. So that's like normal mining speed with haste. Now, if we get rid of our helmet, if we get rid of aqua affinity, does conduit power give you aqua affinity? I don't actually know. No, it doesn't. Okay, so it is slower. This is the speed we want, I think. Yeah, you know, I think I could stop in time. It's not like you tap it and it's gone kind of thing, right? You got a little bit of control on it. Okay, yeah, I think this is good. I think just like this. Take off our helmet when we go mining. That's easy to do. We don't have to pick any special turtle helmet up or iron pick or anything like that. It's nice and simple. Awesome. Okay, so this actually is pretty close to done, I'd say. We just might want to add a couple more details to it, but it turned out a little better than I expected, actually. I think it's good. I like the color scheme with the amethyst as well. Like the purple of the amethyst blocks kind of stands out compared to this muted background color. So I think that's good. We don't want all of this. Let's get rid of some of it. Scatter a couple sea pickles here for a bit of variety as well. Alright, this might be a little late to do this, but I did want to try adding some of this cherry wood on the borders as well. We'll get a different color of pink in there. And it'll kind of transition from this to this a little bit better, I think. What is this glitch? I think I have come across a glitch here. I don't know what's going on. That is so weird. It's like the water flows there and cancels it or something. Yeah, for our tunnel here, we're also going to add these warp trap doors, just as a little decorative thing. Like, we still get the soul speed effect while walking on these or swimming through these, right? I think. See the particles? Yep, we're getting the particles. Good. And it'll just hide some of the brown. Good stuff. Okay, so I'd say with that, we are done with this project for today. I might make a couple little adjustments to it in the future, but I think we're good. I'm going to do one more harvest on this as well, because we got the crystals at their prime spot. When they're this size, the one before maximum, those are the tough ones to get. So I want to collect these before we take off here, but then we're going to go do something else. We got another little thing to check out here as well. It's like we have our way of getting down the chute. How do we get back up? So I'm trying to move away from using bubble evaders, I think. We want to go to the wind charge launchers. And I found with 3 of these, 3 dispensers, it works pretty good, except it doesn't shoot us evenly unless we have this trap door to align us. So check this out. We go in. Boom. get up nice and easy. It's actually pretty accurate, which is cool. If we get rid of that trap door, though, we're no longer aligned, and it tends to shoot us wonky. Or not. every other test, I guess I was in the same spot, probably. Yeah, you see that? We missed the 3x3 hole there. So a lot of times it's not going to work if we don't have that trapdoor lined up. So that's good. We were a little bit off, and then it closes after you go through. But sometimes it closes before you get launched. You see this? It just depends like when the wind charges hits and probably how many hit before you get launched. I don't know. So it's not like a consistent way of doing it. Now, a long time ago, I think it was when these netherwort bricks first came out, we made this netherwort farm, and we put the bricks all through here. I thought, let's get this farm so we can make lots of these. These are the new hot thing we're going to be using all the time. And this is like the only build I've ever done with them, because these are kind of nasty. They look good in gradients, but on their own, they're not like my favorite block to use for sure. So yeah, that never ended up happening. I think it was also the update that the magma blocks came out, so we came up with this kind of wild color scheme here for this room. And you know, to this day, I do like it. I think this is fine. This is not something I would probably build normally, but it was just like the perfect circumstances to try something a bit weird. And when I built this, I put these orange stairs in, and I didn't like them then, and I still don't like them now. So we're gonna get rid of these and just switch it up. I think we're gonna try these. Hopefully these will be a little bit nicer. It's kind of a weird thing in Minecraft. You know, the longer we play this, the more we figure out what we like. And I think we all kind of fall into the habit of like building in our favorite block schemes. And then we don't do weird stuff like this anymore. While I think this is good for like keeping the game fresh, is trying weird stuff like this, you know, doing something a little bit out of the ordinary. When the Aqua update came out, I got kind of carried away using composters to hide lighting around the man cave. So maybe we get rid of a few of these. The lighting engine has changed. We don't need a light level of like 8 or higher anymore. So it's like some of these are definitely not necessary. Because I think the glowstone had to be like right here, for example. It couldn't be one block lower before, or else mobs would spawn on the bridge. But now it definitely can be. So let's lower this. And I want to replace the composter with maybe something that matches a bit better. Like, you know, we got some pink flowers here. But let's actually put some stone back there too. Yeah. Let's do this, and that'll blend in a lot better. Similarly, I just put like a regular bush over here. Maybe we do one of these over here as well. Yeah, let's just get rid of them altogether. Like, it's okay if we have a little bit of a darker area in the man cave. It'll probably look better, actually. Yeah, I like that more. When you spend enough time in an area, you kind of get a little blind to the details. And I finally noticed this the other day. We still have torches in this river section. Like, the rules of the man cave are finished areas are not supposed to have torches in them. So why are these here? I think we had to have these to stop mobs from spawning before or something. And I think I was scared of updating the water a long time ago. It's updated itself eventually, so it doesn't matter now. I think this is Enderman damage. This, I'm not sure. This is our old storage room, by the way. Like, before we set up the storage room in the man cave, this was it. Without the torches, it is pretty dark, so maybe we'll put one glowstone in as well. I am genuinely curious if this thing still works. Okay. Was there a trick to it? Did I have to, like, not throw it in from the top? Maybe I had to slide it. Ah, I had to slide it. Okay. And then can we switch it back or something? There we go. Oh, that switched fast. We got torches for days. Look at this. They're all over the place. Oh, man, we got to get rid of some of this stuff. We don't need it. Not anymore. It's funny, I'm walking around here. There's like so much stuff I could easily like finish and improve nowadays. I know it's like episode 300, 400-ish area. I kind of had a little bit of a panic moment where you guys were all saying, I'm so sick of the man cave. You know, start a new world, all that kind of stuff. So it's like, okay, I don't want to start a new world. We got to get out of the man cave. And that's when I started doing a lot of other stuff outside of the man cave. But since then, I like never came back to this. Do you guys want to see me spend time finishing things here? Or should we just like, you know, just leave it as is? Because there's a lot of room for for improvements. Not that I want to like redo areas, but like there's just like a lot of stuff that could easily be finished. If we do end rods like in the corners, we just need to get a little bit of light on his face. Nah, let's just keep it in the four corners. I don't like torches. Get out of here. Okay, now it's a little too dark here. Oh, and there's another one there. With no torches, that is pretty dark. So maybe we put in some lighting here. Probably frame it better in the future, but like, yeah, just having a little bit of light there is good. Why did I make it floating? A random cobblestone block here too. It's a little annoying. Put a block there. A little bit better. Here resides Wilson, our Tamagotchi friend. I've always been kind of stuck on little details in this game, and let me tell you, these lamps over here, oh, they have caused me a lot of heartache in the past. Like back when we had no options, I know I tried hiding the lighting with leaves here and trying a bunch of different things. I think when the green carpet came out, I covered that with green carpet. I didn't like how it looked, but we got moss now, and moss kind of blends in with this color pretty good. This has sat empty for over 10 years. It's clearly, I built this intentionally for the base, like as a feature, right? And now anyone that sees this, it's like, what on earth? That doesn't make any sense. What is this? You know, it doesn't fulfill its original purpose at all. And I've just left it here. We got to get a villager in this thing. You know, enough is enough. Jeff is not coming back. I have accepted it. We need a new Jeff. Yeah, we got 5 really old villagers in this pit. I don't know exactly the stories behind them, but I think this guy, he might not be a testificate, like an original. I think we might have moved all those to Project Pokemon, but this guy is probably one of the very first villagers I bred, like back when that was introduced, because originally you couldn't breed them, remember? And this is also the only shepherd, original shepherd I got that still has all the wool trades. So he's kind of cool. I want to get him over to the cage. Do one of these. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that was good. So silly looking. Nice. Okay, only a little bit of damage. Okay, you can let go now. You can let go! You stupid cast! Okay, I think we're in position. Can't tell really. I'm just gonna shear it. Yeah, they landed over there. Okay, perfect. New Jeff, this is gonna be your new home. I know you've spent your life in confinement, and I'm not gonna take that away from you. I got a new cage just for you. You don't have to share it with those other villagers. It's yours. Okay? It's an upgrade. New Jeff. Perfect. We'll give him his name. I want to kind of set this up so we can still potentially trade with him, or at least look at him. So we'll have like a drawbridge we can bring up here. This can open. I think we take out these and maybe have it so the loom is here or something. That way he can restock. Okay. We got our cage. I think we can free him. Nice. Make it smaller. And smaller until he does what we want. We gotta get him closer. Oh, is that it? Oh, I gotta nudge him a little bit more. Okay, that should do it if I can get out. Yeah, okay, we got it. He accepted the trade station, good. I'm gonna throw a moss on there just so a baby zombie can't get him as well. Not that should ever be able to get over there. Close that. And I think we got ourselves a new Jeff. All right, we got to keep working on Sandy City here if it's ever going to get done. I know I said before the next world tour, we'll try to get it done. I'm starting to have my doubts now. There's actually a lot we got to do on this, but we'll see. We'll see how far we get with it. Let's at least try to do something on it today. One of my building rules in this game is to not have big flat surfaces on your builds like this. Young Etho didn't know that. I do. How are we going to fix this? With another one of my building rules. If you can add an overhang to one of your builds, do it. Actually, before we do this, just feel the difference this makes, okay? We're going to walk through this now. This is how it is right now. Yeah, there's just something about adding overhangs to your builds I can't quite explain. They just make them better, though. Like, they feel more cozy. They feel more lived in. I want to, like, make a pillar, and then we'll put a bridge that punches through the wall maybe around there. And let's build this out a bit. Maybe around here. We gotta do the interiors on all these buildings too, which is gonna be a bit of work. And now check out how much better this alley looks and feels with this overhang. Isn't that crazy? It's like 100 times better. Maybe not 100 times, but you know, it's pretty good, right? I think so. So if you can ever put something over top of you in your builds, do it. This is how the bridge turned out. This is like maybe a almost 10 block tree. I think we want to get more to the 20 to 25 range in height. And like 2x2 trunk, not these single block stems. These always look jagged and not really great. The trees should be taller than the buildings, right? And like none of these trees are in here. So that's what we're going to experiment with here. I'm going to build a tree in this corner because we got a bit of space. The big thing, I think, is we just got to figure out like the rough shape we want. And I'm thinking we curve it a little towards the wall and then away from the wall kind of thing. But maybe make it come out. Like trees would naturally grow away from the wall, I feel. But something like this shape. Right? And then we add... We're going for palm tree kind of look, I think, because we're in the sandy desert here. While for some other areas, like we have the much harsher desert area here, I would like to do some like big dead trees. And then like in the plains area, we get some oaks and stuff. You know, we have made trees in the past, but these are like blob trees. I'm not like super happy with them now. I'm gonna leave them though, but still, it's a hard balance to reach. Like, I don't want to spend more than 30 minutes on these trees, because then it's gonna take forever to get them done. Also, we should chop this down, because it's gonna get in the way of the look of things here. It's like an old natural oak, but it's just a big blob of leaves, basically. All right, everybody. Well, check it out. We got our first tree built up in the corner here. And, you know, I think it turned out pretty good, actually. I'm fairly happy with this. We got it done in under 30 minutes like we were aiming for. Because, again, if we spend too long on the trees, like really finishing with the details, it's going to be hard to do a lot of them, right? We got to kind of set a limit somewhere. And I think we reached a good balance here. Now, is it perfect? No. Is this accurate to what a palm tree looks like? Probably not, because it's a melon tree, actually, not a palm tree. And you might think that's a little weird, like, why are you doing a fantasy tree? Why not just do a palm tree? Well, I'm going to tell you this. I'm Canadian, and palm trees are fantasy trees to me already, okay? So, I don't really know what they look like, and if I call it a melon tree, you guys can't nitpick me on the details being wrong. Because it's my own fantasy tree. Yeah, but we got the mangrove roots in the center to look like the dried out sections. And then we tried to do like these jetting off palms. Is that what they're called? Palms? I don't know. I think it looks a little bit better from this angle, actually. I like the shape of it from here. And it has a little more fluff from the side too, I think. Which is good. Overall, pretty happy with it. I did mix in like some trapdoors and stuff in here. I tried originally putting fences and all kinds of crazy stuff for shaping. It looks good from a distance, but not up close. So I decided just to cut that and just limit it to trapdoors and stairs. And mixed in some jungle wood here as well to give it a bit of texture. And then by having trapdoors and stuff mixed throughout here, not only does it add a bit of shape and thickness in places, it helps to carry that brownish color that's a little different from the mangrove throughout, so it doesn't look quite out of place once you have just a random stair or slab in a few areas. It feels like it belongs a little bit better, I think. Or that's my opinion anyways. Couple things I would change. Maybe I went a little too wide on it. I think the top should be a little bit more fluffy. I think... a lot of these actually ended up being on the same plane, which is not good. Like, a lot of these leaves ended at the same height, which, you know, there should be more variance there. And also because the trunk is like leaning like this, and I built the leaf in plane like horizontal almost, that's not right. It should be more on an angle like this, the leaves, instead of flat. but that's really hard to do. And the challenge with this, if you don't understand, I can't build these in creative and copy them over. I have to build them in survival because I don't have mods in this series. I can't use like Matica or anything like that. And I can't eyeball this stuff either on a second monitor. Once you do something like a tree and try to copy that over, it's just way too complicated. You spend more time trying to copy it than it would take to actually just design it in the world. So I have to build them in the world here, and I can't really see what I'm doing when I'm placing the leaves and stuff. I can't like get a distance shot. So I just gotta kind of hope and it looks good and then make little adjustments to try fix all the rough edges. It's the process here. All right, everyone. Well, today was a bit of a chill and relaxing episode. I hope you enjoyed it, though. We're going to get to the comment of the day for this one. It says, as someone who doesn't like parkour, I really want to know what got you into parkour after 15 years. What is it that you've discovered that made you give it another go? Some of you might remember Rage Quit Holidays. I wasn't too thrilled with parkour back then. Now for this question, I actually prepared something special. Some parkour to go along with my ramblings here from the MCCI server. Okay, so what got me into parkour to begin with? Well, it was about a year ago. I joined an MCC tournament with Tango, Impulse, and Skizzle. We were all on a team together, and then we had to learn some parkour for it. Jojo gave us some training on the MCCI server, and it went horribly. We were pretty bad. It was a little embarrassing. Like, everyone was just lapping us, and it was like, oh my goodness, what are we doing here? It clicked in that moment that parkour has changed a lot since the olden days. Like, when it was originally introduced in the game, it was very clunky. Momentum was not a thing in Minecraft. So, you know, there wasn't really much technicality to it even. And it was almost designed just to frustrate you, to like bait out reactions from content creators. So I've never had a really good opinion of parkour, but obviously, you know, I'm not stupid. I can see people enjoy it. And I was curious why. So after the tournament, you know, I didn't go like, oh, I'm never doing that again. It's like, okay, so there's got to be something to this. A few days later, I just did some more practice with it. And again, it went horribly and frustrating. And like a lot of things in games, though, there's a certain like knowledge level you need and a certain level of experience before it starts to become fun. And parkour is definitely that way. There's like there's a little bit of learning you need to do to understand how to do certain jumps. That's not intuitive in the game, actually. But yeah, it ended up being very enjoyable. And now, because parkour has like a racing element to it, it's not just parkour, it usually has like a time element. You don't have to have like impossible jump after impossible jump after impossible jump to make it interesting. You have like somewhat difficult jumps all in a row, and then maybe there's one that's a little bit harder here and there. But it has a nice flow to it, and it feels good to like succeed as you do it. And you know, I started to enjoy it because, again, I also grew up in the age of platformers, and this is very much like Minecraft platformer. So it turns out there's a lot of different ways of arranging blocks in Minecraft to make it interesting, and you can never master it totally. So there's always like something to enjoy with it. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into parkour, and I recommend, you know, if you haven't, give it a try. It might take a while, but eventually I think you will enjoy it. Take care. Bye-bye.